driver who can't understand English will not drive a commercial vehicle in this country. Period. Full stop.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Flying J Hearingly, nag-aantay ng reset makumpleto. So guys, may nabalitaan ako na nagpatupad na ang US DOT ng mandatory na English. So kung hindi tayo marunong mag English language or hindi tayo makaintindi or makabasa, ay hindi na tayo allowed mag-drive sa Amerika or sa US country. So malaking epekto sa atin or lalong-lalo na sa mga bumabiyahe ng Canada, US. So hindi naman tayo or iilan lahi ang hirap mag-English, kahit mismo taga rito, kasi dito sa pagkakalam ko ay merong lugar dito na hirap mag-English din. So malaking epekto yan, lalong-lalo na yung mga foreigner, mga taga hindi dito, di ba? So lalo na laging involved yung mga temporary foreign worker involved. Hindi naman kalahi natin, mas marami yung ibang lahi na involved sa mga ganyang insidente. So ayan ang pinag-usapan ng DOT, US DOT, na mandatory na talaga yung English ng Amerika. So panoorin natin to, guys.
At US DOT to improve that for us. And that means looking at critical needs like truck parking, which impacts the lives of truckers every day on the road. There'll be more to come on this, but you can be assured that the DOT is committed to helping truckers and trucker safety. From not enforcing English language proficiency to broker fraud to non-domiciled CDLs, it kind of feels like the trucking industry has become the Wild West with a lot of bad actors who have been allowed to play in this space.
We share 1,250 miles of U.S.-Mexican border in the state of Texas, of the 1,550 miles in the entire country. It's happening in Texas here first, and if we're not taking the lead as partners with our TxDOT Commission, our leadership here in the state with enforcement, then we're not going to get any work done. So we couldn't be any more thrilled not just to be announcing this critical announcement for the entire country, for the entire North America, quite frankly, right here in our home state of Texas. And Mr. Secretary, can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing.
OIDA is advocating for returning English proficiency to the list of serious violations, and we've been calling on federal regulators to restore accountability and focus on real safety. And now, because of this administration's leadership, that's exactly what's happening. The executive order signed by President Trump is a major step forward for safety, not just for truckers, but for every person on the road. Complying with the English language proficiency standards doesn't mean you have to recite an encyclopedia, but it should be.
Isa pa to, sinasabi niya na ang pinag-usapan nila yung tunay o real safety sa Amerika.
English proficiency isn't optional. It's essential and it's required. English language proficiency is required under regulations describing general qualifications for drivers. Unfortunately, there are far too many unqualified drivers being licensed and operated on the road today. In conclusion, again, we want to thank the Secretary, we want to thank the Trump administration, and I need to have a shout out here to Shannon Everett and American truckers for turning a light under this whole issue.
Too long, misguided policies have prioritized political correctness over safety of the American people. President Trump, if you listen to him, he says that he puts safety first, and he does. He also puts America first as well. That means ensuring that our roadways are safe. The President's recent executive order is a clear statement. We support America's truckers and will safeguard our roadways for our truckers and for the American people. This means enforcing common sense rules and removing unnecessary burdens
Ito pa yung mga
that hinder
public
our
announcement
truckers' work.
ng Amerika.
So today, under President Trump's direction, we're going to take action. I'm officially rescinding the reckless 2016 Obama guidance on English language proficiency. We're going to replace it with stronger enforcement procedures. So federal law has always been very clear. Commercial drivers must be proficient in English. English is the language of opportunity in America. Allowing drivers who cannot read stop signs or understand police officers' instructions to operate a 80,000-pound big rig threatens the safety of every American on our roadways. There's numerous examples across the country where we've had people who are operating this kind of equipment who can't speak the language, and the results have been devastating and have taken the lives of so many American families. That's going to end right now. Instead, we are issuing new guidance that ensures a driver who can't understand English will not drive a commercial vehicle in this country. Period. Full stop. Enforcing out-of-service violations is about preventing tragedies and saving lives. So in 2015, before President Obama changed the guidance, over 99,000 drivers had English language proficiency violations. So almost 100,000 violations of not speaking English. 1,000 of those drivers were taken out of service. So let's fast forward to 2024. That dropped to 10,000 violations, and 0 were taken out of service for a violation of the English language proficiency. So think about that. That means we have let 1,000 of the worst offenders basically off the hook with a slap on the wrist. That's not going to happen anymore. We're going to put safety first. But the President's executive order on English language proficiency didn't stop there. So in accordance with the President's executive order, DOT is taking additional action. So number one, we're reviewing the security of commercial driver's license. Now this is a state-by-state issue, but we do have a role, and we are reviewing the security procedures around how CDLs are given throughout the states. We're going to review non-domiciled CDLs, and we're going to improve verification protocols for both domestic and international credentials to ensure only qualified drivers are behind the wheel on American roads. The EO also directs the DOT to improve the working lives of truckers, which, by the way, I got to tell you, it's one of the most vocal groups of people I've heard from in my time at DOT. When they have an issue, they know how to use Twitter, they know how to use all social media. I hear from the truckers a lot, and this English language proficiency was one of the big ones. But they've also said the quality of life could be improved. You could help us out at US DOT to improve that for us. And that means looking at critical needs like truck parking, which impacts the lives of truckers every day on the road. There'll be more to come on this, but you can be assured that the DOT is committed to helping truckers and trucker safety. From not enforcing English language proficiency to broker fraud to non-domiciled CDLs, it kind of feels like the trucking industry has become the Wild West with a lot of bad actors who have been allowed to play in this space. We're going to end the play of bad actors, and we are going to support and encourage and prop up the great businesses, the great drivers, the great brokers that make this country work, that move our products, that make sure that we have a supply chain that functions and functions well in this country.
So yun guys, yun nga, talagang mandatory na pinapatupad ng Amerika na kailangan marunong tayo sa English. So marunong naman talaga tayo at siyempre damay-damay na to dahil nga sa mga maraming nangyaring aksidente sa US or sa Amerika. So ang pagkakaalam ko talaga, yung mga ibang lahi magagaling sila, mas magagaling pa sila sa English kaysa sa atin. Yun nga lang, ginagawa nilang dahilan yung hindi sila marunong magsalita ng English. Sa totoo lang, yun ang pagkakaalam ko, dahil nga para makalusot sila, ganon. Kunwari hindi sila marunong mag-English, imposible yun guys, napaka-imposible na hindi sila marunong mag-English dahil yung pagkuha ng lisensya dito ay may schooling. So kung hindi mo maintindihan, hindi ka makakuha ng lisensya. Pwera na lang kung kalahi nila yung driving school, di ba? So kaya nga yan ang problema, damay-damay talaga. Kaya tayong mga Pilipino o mga kababayan ko, ingat-ingat na lang tayo, sikapin na lang natin na mag-improve yung English natin. Kasi ako mahina talaga ako sa English, buti na lang hindi ako bumabiyahe ng US. So hindi naman lahat or hindi naman lagi ang pagkakataon na Canada lang ang biyahe ko. So may biyahe rin ng kumpanya na ito ng US, so kailangan ko pa rin mag-improve ng English. So yung gano'n na lang, pagsikapan na lang natin ma-improve yung English natin. Biro nyo guys, 3 million na truckers ang tumatakbo sa US, but 80% ay puro foreign born or mga foreign worker ang nagtatrabaho doon sa US. Pero pinapatupad pa rin ni President Trump ang English na mandatory na talaga yan. Kasi kailangan talaga marunong daw magbasa ng road sign, follow direction, at makipag-usap sa safety officer ng English. So biro nyo yan, kailangan pa rin niyang ipatupad kahit na 80% ay hindi taga US or hindi taga American country. So lahat yang 80% na yan ay mga foreign worker or pinanganak sa ibang bansa, hindi dito sa US. So wala tayong magagawa dahil order yan dahil sa maraming nangyayari nga sa US.
Trump has been pushing to make English the official language in the U.S., and now he's targeting truck drivers. WJCL 22 News' Tia Maggio is live at a truck stop. And Tia, the president has signed a new executive order that tightens English requirements.
More than 3 million truckers keep America moving. Now, the White House is shifting gears on who's allowed behind the wheel. President Trump's latest executive order makes English proficiency mandatory for commercial drivers, calling it, quote, non-negotiable for professional drivers.
Yeah, truck drivers connect everything and everybody.
Drivers must be able to read signs, follow directions, and speak with safety officers, all in English. About 18% of employed truck drivers are foreign-born. South Carolina's Trucking Association's president calls it a matter of safety, not politics.
You've got, certain signals and other things that really require you to be able to understand and certainly read English and be able to communicate with enforcement authorities.